enjoy to play those flip cards. It's something that he prides himself on. He's included 4 copies of Pokemon Catcher.
Better than accusing players.
I'm not as...
Better than accusing players of vibrating plugs for chess matches. That was actually a thing, wasn't it, Caleb? They were like, they were like vibrating plugs. Were they the type of plugs I'm thinking of? Because I think I know what you're talking about. That was pretty wild.
There's a Bidoof line in it.
And that's how they were cheating. That's insane. That's too much, you know? Too much.
Worry about the big boy at the end.
Well, honestly, too. Going first against lone Arceus V. Very easy pickings for Miraidon EX.
That math lines up pretty good. I like it. That's something that we'll
that
have
math
to
is
look out for
mathing.
as well. Shake off the jitters. Let's see this opening hand.
Yeah, it was that type of plug. I remember.
Going into round 5. Great start to the weekend. Looks like Lee is going to start with, I believe.
All right, so they're both 4 and 4.
Meanwhile, Joe, not really liking that hand too much.
Saw a lot of psychic energy start things off. That's not exactly our favorite, but we do have some additional help there with the Zacian
let's see.
inclusion. That could be a way to accelerate.
Both got boss's
more energies
orders.
if you're not able to.
Oh my!
That's
3 electric
Three
generators.
electric generators. He's gonna use this opening peony and be like, wait, how do I do this?
No.
Now you're just left with a deck with 15 lightning energies. 14, I guess, with the one in the prize cards. Double turbo energy to go along with it. Meanwhile, Joe prizing 4 supporters, but the way this Arceus Vstar deck is built, it's very heavy on a lot of these supporters. I believe 2 of everything in there except for that judge.
This is wild. Can you imagine?
That's not good for
these players?
Lee.
Joe is worried on the other side after seeing his opening hand, but he has no idea what we're up against here as we are going to get things underway in round number 5.
The handshake beats the fist bump.
Okay,
there,
so
looks like Lee is gonna
electric generator. So for Miraidon decks, electric generator is huge because
not very good.
it lets you look at the top 5 cards and put up to 2 lightning energy that you find in that 5 cards you drew on any of your benched Pokemon. You can't put them on the active, but you can put them on any Pokemon on the bench. You can run up to 4 of the same cards. So that means he's got 4 electric generators, which really help accelerate energy onto the board so that you can do big attacks. Unfortunately, 3 out of the 4 are in his prize cards. So that's very bad for this. It's not, you know, I mean, it's bad. You still got Flaffy. So Flaffy, if you get it on the bench, once per turn, you can take an electric energy from the discard pile and put it onto one of your bench Pokemon. And so that helps accelerate it a little bit too, but like he needs to get a knockout pretty fast. Because if he takes 2 prize cards, he's going to find at least 1 electric generator to help him. And that should at least, yeah, he's got to do some work for sure. But yeah, so that's what that's all about. Electric generators help accelerate energy onto the board so you can set things up to attack a lot easier.
This is pretty great. When you have to shuffle your opponent's hand, at least they had a supporter.
Yeah, and that Luminion V now on the bench.
The other thing about like energy acceleration is huge in this game. So like my Charizard deck, every time I evolve to a Charizard, I can go look for 3 fire energies and put them on any Pokemon I want. That's accelerating energy onto the board so that I can prepare like other Pokemon for other turns, and I can also prepare Charizard. So for the Miraidon deck, electric generator is crucial for accelerating energy. For the Arceus deck here on Joe's side, Arceus has an ability to go find energies and put them on any Pokemon. It's the V-Star ability for the Arceus Vstar that he's probably going to start looking for here in a minute. So that is the kind of energy accelerator for Joe's deck. The Arceus Vstar deck.
Although I saw boss's orders, I didn't see the other card.
It was Arceus Vstar.
It was? Okay.
Yes,
yeah,
it's pretty
that's
good.
perfect. So that means Bidoof is probably one of the best choices here. I guess you can go Spiritomb to shut off that fleet-footed from the Raikou if you think the hand of Lee's isn't going to be too beneficial. But
I don't see a lot of
Zacian Lee-
Arceus Vstar decks.
Yeah, I can see Joe's just like, hey, you know what? Let's roar. Let's get this additional energy into play. Now both Arceus V are charged.
So
this is a very strong idea, understanding that for Lee on the other side,
Zacian V, once during your turn, you may search your deck for a psychic energy and attach it to one of your Pokemon. Then shuffle your deck. If you use this ability, your turn ends. Again, energy acceleration onto the board, so you can, because you can put one energy on a Pokemon card per turn. But if you use cards like this, that means more energy per turn, which just prepares everything.
Ultra Ball off the top. Won't do too much. I guess you can find Mew EX, so you can dig a little further with this hand.
yeah, it doesn't play out the greatest. There's an additional energy that's going to be locked in the hand. This is not like the opening turns where you have access to Squawkabilly. You could also have that Lumineon, but that's already played down. So you run into
going
these
for
more awkward
Miraidon.
stage. Certainly could.
Miraidon's good because you can use the ability Tandem
You
Unit.
also have the Nest Ball.
The ability Tandem Unit's going to let him go find 2 basic electric Pokemon. He's using Nest Ball to get the Mew. Now he's probably going to use Tandem Unit.
When you're looking for a supporter card, Jeremy.
I would like to see Tandem Unit before drawing cards here. Just get those
Yeah.
basic Pokemon out of the deck. That way you don't have to draw into them.
That's called thinning the deck. Okay, there he is. Yeah, you remembered now. So now he's going to thin the deck so that when he uses Mew's ability to draw up to 3 cards, it's less likely he's going to draw a basic Pokemon.
Right on here, it's just a very good Pokemon to
So here he's grabbing
attacks off against the
Mareep.
Arceus V and Zacian V, but
He's leaving one space open for, he must be thinking about a specific card.
grabs the Mareep, and with these
So I'm interested to see what he tries to pull here.
just 1-1.
But he's going to try to use up as many of the cards in his hand as he can, and then use Mew's restart ability. Yeah, so see, he's going down to 1 card,
Attaching to the Miraidon, no.
and using restart to draw 2 cards, so he has 3 cards in his hand.
You found one
Peony.
card, but
Oh.
it's not going to lead to what you expect.
He did find Iron
Hand
Hands.
now, search for 2 of any trainers.
Yone, discard your hand and search your deck for 2 trainer cards, reveal them, and put them into your hand.
But you're going to be forced to just grab the one left in the deck.
He's
This
going
is
for the
where I'd
electric
put my
generator.
generators if I had one. There is one single generator. He's going to check the discard pile and see if there was an Ultra Ball discard. There was not. You were just unfortunate.
Bravery Charm. Bravery Charm's going to give more
There's
HP
two.
to
There's
one of his
just the one
Pokemon.
Nest Ball. This is where you can maybe Nest Ball for the second Mew EX.
So I think what he's going to try to do here is put the Bravery Charm probably on Miraidon or Raikou. Then he's going to use Electric Generator to try to get 2 more energies on Miraidon. If he can get 2 energies off the Electric Generator, he can switch out Raikou, put up Miraidon, and knock out Arceus and get 2 cards, which is going to allow him then to get the... Oh, 2 electric right there. Boom. See? Okay, great. So now he's going to be able to get more 2 prize cards, which will allow him to get another electric generator, which will help him next turn. So that's what I was saying. If he can just get a knockout on his first turn, then he's going to get another electric generator, which will let him do more magic next turn. This is actually really good for Lee.
Where they are.
Yeah. Fleet-footed draws an extra card for Lee after everything. Great
Yep.
sequencing from
So, yep.
Beach Court saves the energy there on the Raikou, and that's
Yep.
going to be a nice early knockout.
Oh no, is there a Pokemon catcher in the hand? Is that what he's thinking about?
For what?
I don't know.
I don't want to do anything else. I want to take this knockout.
Yeah.
Let's find a generator.
There we
They're
go.
lined up pretty nicely there.
Yeah.
Every 2-prize knockout is going to find more potential energies. Keep the train rolling.
This is good.
Arceus Vstar hits the board for Joe here. Starbirth, one of the
So
best
Starbirth is what I was
powers
talking about.
to ever come out. Able to search it up for 2
Starburst,
cards, put 'em in your hand.
you find 2 cards and put them in your hand. That's the V-Star ability.
One of 'em, then probably a support.
Trinity Nova, again, is energy acceleration. 200 damage. Search your deck for up to 3 basic energy cards and attach them to your Pokemon V in any way you like. So you can attach them to both of these Pokemon that he has in any way that he wants to. So good energy acceleration and just great ability with Arceus Vstar is like, go get 2 of any card you want. It's like a Forest Sealstone, but for 2 cards.
Threat of the Miraidon, and a lot of energies stay on board, which makes you tend to worry about cards like the Raichu V coming out of nowhere, taking a big knockout.
So it looks like Nest Ball and Double Turbo Energy were the choice for Joe here. Nest Ball can find the card like that Mew EX to help draw a little bit more cards.
Yeah, just additional
So
thinning
again,
that occurs
gonna try to
there.
use
Joe wisely thinking about that. When he makes that decision, he's
all
not
the
gonna
cards
run
in his
into a Nest
hand.
Ball later on, and knew he wanted that Mew, so why not take that additional card out of the deck and maybe find the right resources here. What could be potentially a supporter at this point if you're not sold on the boss's play.
I honestly think we might see the boss play before the restart here. Just, you're already kind of locked in. The Mew EX is the draw power for Lee's deck. And if you take that out, it's going to be very hard for him to actually find cards without something like a Peony every turn.
Well, this is scary. A lot of energy is going to be left up for Lee, but the knockout is available. And certainly
Knockout on the Mew.
Joe there for taking those 2 prize cards, removing the additional draw there for Lee, but start to worry. Are there enough resources here for Joe to keep up with a potential big knockout on the other side?
This
Only
could be
2
big.
Psychics left in the deck
It's not
for
worth
Joe as well. Not grabbing it to attach to the Zacian V. And that is a Trinity Nova for no energies.
Wow, that's
If we can
bad.
cobble together a big Raichu knockout.
So again, Trinity Nova allowed him to go get 3 basic energies. He didn't find any. And so that's not great. So what they were saying was Raichu on this side does 60 damage for every... Yep, see, he's getting the Raichu. For every energy that you use. That is the only card right now. This Raichu is the only card that can knock out this big Pokemon for 280. And he needs to get 60, 120, 5 energies. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, because Raichu can use any energies, discard any energies off all your Pokemon. So he's got 4. He needs 2 more energies. Again, he's got an electric generator, but that's going to use almost all of his energies. Oh, he didn't get any off that electric generator there. So that's unfortunate.
It's guaranteed. You just have no energy in play afterwards.
No Mew to draw cards.
It's you get to keep what? 1 energy? Is it? You're doing 300?
Yeah, it's 5 energies.
Yeah.
So you get to keep 1.
It doesn't feel great, but at least you get the big knockout here.
Honestly, I think it's fine. You keep the 1 on the Raikou, and Beach Court allows for your retreat. Draws the 1 card off Fleet-Footed as Mew. That's probably the best card Lee could find here.
Okay, so attach for turn on the
Discard
Raichu.
the hand for Flaffy. You can Dynamotor and restart with the Mew. This is looking pretty good right now.
That's good.
Not much left, but it's all you need. A 1-1 line. It's going to secure.
So we can use Flaffy here to get an electric energy out. Put it on one of our bench Pokemon. He's going to put it on Raichu.
What are we waiting for? Do you have enough time at this point?
He's going to retreat
Setting up an additional Pokemon in
Raikou into Raichu. and do the knockout. And again, he's going to get 2 prize cards, which lets him get another electric generator for next turn. So this is looking really great for Lee. He does a restart with the Mew, get 3 cards.
The early game consistency with Psychic, where you can use the Zacian and get the additional energies, or you can play that water style where you have Melanie.
Retreat,
come out of nowhere,
pull up the Raichu, bada bing, bada boom.
Where you cannot accelerate energies to the point that you need.
And he keeps 1 on the Miraidon.
Needed to take the 1-hit knockout. 300 damage thanks to the dynamic spark. Lee finds another electric generator from the prize cards along with that double.
This is looking great for Lee.
Looking very good.
Not so much for Joe. Not so much for Joe, but for Lee, this is looking good.
Has Iono, just decides to play Iono, but I do not see a good route to try to win this game 1 here.
Yeah, we're an energy away at this point. The Flaffy guarantees 1, and then if you're able to draw into it, you have the knockout lined up with the Miraidon. Seems like a difficult hill to climb, but Joe's going to try.
Yeah, he's got at least 1 guaranteed energy.
Too is Joe is playing 3 Paths of the Peak in this list. Would have been a very good card to stop all these abilities from Lee's side of the board. Has not been able to find any of them.
Pass.
Wow. Just jet energy.
There's the energy.
Pass.
Yep.
Lightning energy ready to go, and that is going to be
okay. So
game 1.
Yep. He pulled the energy, got that energy off the pool. Or Flaffy allows him to get another energy onto Miraidon, so that's the 3 energies he needs to attack. The reason he had Beach Court out, which means 1 less energy is needed to retreat. He could retreat the Raichu for free, put up the Miraidon, knock out the Mew, bada bing, bada boom, and that is game 1.
From Joe's side, he's trying to line up the math for maybe knocking out with the boss's orders on the Luminion.
Not bad. That was a rough prize cards, but not bad maneuvering.
Wasn't able to chain together back-to-back knockouts, but
I mean, the big thing was like getting that first knockout on the first turn. I think that put pressure on Joe to need to perform, and didn't give him a chance to like set up the board any further. Yeah, there's not much you could do at all there. This was a good piloting by Lee for sure.
Well, you talked about the ability for Arceus. Loves to go first, and then also
Joe's gonna go first.
Expect Lee would want to go second.
That's rough, right? Because Lee could attack on his first turn since he's going second. Oh, you could tell Joe does not feel good about it either. Joe's not happy with it.
Because Miraidon historically has a pretty good Arceus Vstar matchup. Just being
I winked at the camera, Joe. Joe. Did you see the wink in the camera?
Take a knockout on that.
I love when people do stuff like that, man.
Yep. It's very easy.
The guy we were talking about earlier, Alexander Flatos, the guy that was in the red shirt, he was doing this like weird eye stuff in the camera before a match. It was cracking me up. I love people that are aware of the camera.
I believe.
Okay, this isn't too bad.
Good. Flaffy and the prize cards for Lee, along with that Zapdos.
If he's only got 1 Flaffy, that's not good.
Here, outside of Richie Gikaspi.
Oh, good. If Joe does take a prize, he'll draw another Arceus. That's what you love to see.
Now, Joe does have that turn 1 energy here, but is going to play
wow.
just because of Lee's ability to take knockout on the active. But that is why Lee plays Pokemon Catcher.
Joe says, I know you play catchers, but let's see if you get it.
Does have 2 in hand.
It's a huge worry here. You did not find that Zacian. You don't get that extra energy accelerated. Oh, man.
Heads!
Oh, man. Pokemon Catcher heads.
Now, Lee did draw an electric generator, which is not what you want to see when you're
So with Pokemon Catcher, if you flip a heads, which is even numbers, then you get to just basically pull up whatever of your opponent's Pokemon that you want. So now what he could do is knock out this with the double turbo energy, which is not great. for Joe.
Peony just lines up everything from that point. You already have your pivot Pokemon in the active spot.
Okay, one thing that's actually pretty big right here, Lee. So with this Miraidon list, we've seen a multitude of different counts of Battle VIP Pass. Lee's playing 1.
Okay.
It's in the prize cards.
Oh. That is worrisome. This means that Lee is going to consider Nest Ball in this case.
Got to get
find a
Nest
Pokemon
Ball.
like that Squawkabilly.
But then you don't have access to Miraidon, so you can't get something like Electric Generator and just burn it here. So I think, yeah, we're just going to Nest Ball for Miraidon, Electric Generator, and then hope to draw something with Restart here.
That's the way that it's got to be from this point. It's so awkward. You don't think about often needing
Get the Miraidon.
like Battle VIP Pass.
Use
but
Tandem
in
Unit
this
to go get
instance,
your
it
2
would be
electric
huge to
basics.
find both the Miraidon and that Squawkabilly. It almost
Which will be
guarantees
another
that you're gonna have
Miraidon.
every card necessary. And
That's what's so great about Miraidon is like, okay, I can go get 2 basic lightnings. I can get another Miraidon and a Mareep. Oh, interesting. He didn't go with the second Miraidon. But with the second Miraidon, I can use Tandem Unit again and go get even more and just fill up the whole bench just right away. That's what's amazing about Miraidon. You don't need the Battle VIP Pass like I use in the Charizard deck to go get your basic Pokemon out.
All right, big top 5 here after the shuffle.
All right, so Electric Generator.
yes, let's see
Draw
those energies
5.
potentially.
One.
Oh,
Just
that would've been
one.
a good hand to restart into.
Wow, so close. Honestly, you find 2 there. It's a lot easier to find what you need off of the restart.
Can he get another Electric
Restart
Generator
into Electric
off the
Generator
restart?
For 2 lightning is the play.
So the ability Restart on Mew EX lets you draw until you have 3 cards in your hands. So he's now about to draw 3. Looks like Lumineon, Pokemon Catcher, and something else. Is that a switch card? No, it was Artisan, Lumineon, and Pokemon Catcher. What's he gonna Pokemon catch? Why? I don't know why he would do that, but oh, he got it again. I don't understand why he's doing. Oh, because he's got to get it. He doesn't want it to get in the active.
Magic move here. Joe draws the Psychic Energy. No way to get Arceus Vstar in play. I think we're just gonna boss his orders. I don't know why even boss his orders. Yeah, I think we're just gonna pass.
Boss's orders, Miraidon.
Wow.
Miraidon, I guess, yeah.
So you can't.
Stops the Electric Generator.
You can't generate.
Yeah, so the reason he bossed up the Miraidon, Joe bossed up the Miraidon, was Electric Generator, Flaffy. They allow you to get accelerated energy onto the bench, not onto your active. So if he keeps, okay, so we see the Beach Court. So Miraidon could come back.
Iron Hand's not really the Pokemon it wants to be in this matchup.
Using Tandem Unit.
Tandem Unit does find another Miraidon EX here.
I guess you
Go
could
ahead
use.
and grab the Raikou, but I think
Tandem
another
Unit.
Mew EX on the bench would be even better.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you consider your attackers to close out in a game like this.
I guess Lumineon.
It's just going to be Miraidon, Raichu likely to get the job done. And here we go. The hand is gone. Generators are available. And at least there's Beach Court to move around.
Wouldn't it be crazy if Lee draws into like the 4th Pokemon catcher?
Don't say that.
I can't believe you counter-captured it back so I couldn't Trinity Charge.
Both players having a great time with the fact that
At least
this
they're
is
having a good time.
one of the most ridiculous openings we've seen in a long time.
Top 5 here.
Top 5. Oh my
that's all it is,
gosh.
Basically.
Joe,
On that
Joe's
Miraidon,
hurting.
Just need some simple energy from the hand.
So he pulled
to be able to
3.
knock out with Photon Blast.
You make it sound so easy. Jeremy.
Electric. But you can
Now
only
I'm
take
worried about
2
this
off
next
the top
generator.
5 with Electric Generator. So he put 2 on the Miraidon. He does another one. Let's take another 5 cards and see if he can get. Yep, there's the Yep, there's the one. Now he can remove this Miraidon from the active, put up this one, knock out there, get the 2 prize cards.
Means that Joe does get to promote a Pokemon that he'd rather have in the active spot, but this hand is abysmal. There's
And
nothing going on. It has to
Joe.
be basically a great supporter or Arceus Vstar top deck in order to keep up with the power of Miraidon here.
All right, Restart finds a professor's research for next turn.
Wow.
For your treat, thanks to that beach court. And we're going to get a big knockout here from Lee. Attaches the energy to the hand to that Miraidon on the bench and threatening a lot.
Yep, this is the plan from this point. You've taken those 2 prize cards. If you can get 2 more from Miraidon, Raichu basically closes out. That is a Psychic Energy top deck.
Yep.
You can deal 110.
You could deal 110 damage.
What are we doing here? Oh, the strategic moves are back in order. There's another boss.
Yeah, that doesn't help now with the beach court in play.
There's no Pokemon that you'd like to grab, really.
Oh, this has been a rough outing.
You could
for
take
all
out the
those
Mareep,
Arceus Vstar
though.
fans out in the crowd.
Trinity Charge
There's 3
basically
energies.
thinning at this point to try to find a top deck.
So, okay,
I
he's
would
accelerated energy.
Grab more.
Yeah.
I would put them on the active. I don't care at this point. I need these energies out of here.
Usually thinning is winning. Right now it's losing.
It's barely hanging on.
Bravery Charm could be a pretty good card to
Okay, so
help keep that Mew EX around for a little bit longer. Joe actually does
Miraidon can't attack unless it goes back to the bench and comes back.
Ultra Ball, discard lost. Empty Pass will not find anything because that Flaffy is in the prize.
Yeah, that Flaffy. Okay, so he's only running 1 Flaffy, which is what he's trying to look for to put on Mareep so he can attach the energy onto here.
Who do you think's winning right now?
Is it Lee?
So he's going to try to find like an escape rope or something
Oh, nice. Okay.
to try and get this out of the active.
Not much of a reason
I don't
to grab any Pokemon, but honestly, just get things out of the deck.
I don't know.
Find those energies.
He could do a professor's research, draw 7 new cards,
Peony here?
and look for an energy.
A research
Oh,
as
research,
well.
yeah.
Because he has a research in hand.
I never want to see Iron Hands again until like next round against Comphase.
Dude, I got a chance. We'll see.
Great
How
placement there.
Yep.
How does it feel to
That's a cool card.
not really do anything and watch your opponent
Yeah, there it is.
live your dream of drawing
We
cards?
got the energy. He's going to put it on
No, I
Miraidon.
never wanted
There's
to
the
know that.
escape rope.
It's so unfortunate, and sure enough,
Oh,
Joe is going
no.
to lose his prize
Oh,
possession
wait.
there in that Arceus V. It's got the
Oh, and then he's going to bring up
research
that Mew.
energies,
So
and
that's
it's gone.
confusing. So Miraidon can't attack with Photon Blaster unless it goes back to the bench first and then coming back resets it so you can use it again. That's a weird mechanic that like isn't explained very well. Like it's just one like I had to look it up on Reddit. But because he put this Miraidon back on the bench, Mew came up, he then retreated Mew, brought Miraidon back, it reset that Photon Blaster so he could use it again.
Alright, actually just, Trinity Charge.
Oh, that's beautiful. There's
Oh,
nothing
wow.
there. for
Trinity
Joe
Charge.
to work with. Bat to the peak.
Yeah.
Counters the beach court, but the lightning energy counters Joe.
That's funny. That was a good match.
That was
Good
a
for
game.
Lee.
That was a game of Pokemon.
Yeah.
2024 is looking wild. I'll tell you that much.
Game 3s don't exist in 2024 Pokemon here.
That was good.
Your winner for round 5, Lee Hui, moving to 5-0 here with a good old Miraidon EX.
Yeah, who said that lunch breaks were over?
Yeah.
Yeah, both players get to enjoy themselves a nice little break here with over 25.
It was
minutes
hilarious to
remaining.
watch on stream.
It's got to be a great feeling for Lee, not only taking out a good player, but also to not have to stress over it.
Yeah.
It looked like a good time.
That was cool.
Definitely both players high spirits after that match there.